Yeah. They say I'm too black, so I don't fit in the system. Miseducated, but somehow we got wisdom. These niggas.
You're listening to In the Scripts Reloaded.
They tried to stretch us far, but couldn't break our bands. We held tight. I'm angry, but what do? I know my silence on a topic doesn't make things better. I speak up. I know my influence could bring change. I'm more patient now, knowing that we've been through pain. This is the breakthrough. To raise a family, it takes two. But missing fathers was forced on us. I never knew my pops. This whole system was shot. It was the system I blamed. We never had a relationship. The closest we got was exchanging names. Prison doors had pops trapped in confined walls and spaces. Mistakes he made landed him in bad places. Damn, no wonder why I hate these races. Just to see him make the right choices in life, I switched places. Knowing just the impact on my life, I needed that. This is the story of men who black, but who got our back? I looked high and saw a black guy. Praise of his saints. These songs are so sweet. Until that day, praise to the east. I'm a feast with my brethren, joy and peace with my brethren. Who really ready for the kingdom of heaven? Yeah.
You are now live.
Wartime, it's a mission. Play your role, play position. Doing more than just march. Power up, now it's blissing. See the armies in the distance. Lying thunder, hearing voices. Black boots making noises for the anointed. Purple rain, when he rain. Put in work, put in pain. Read the script, make it plain. Ain't playing no games. Only gods on earth can remain. Fit the shackles in the chains. Do this for the Lord, saying revenge on the brain. Captains, deacons, bishops, you don't want them to get in that mode. Word burning in our souls, now you see purple gold on the road. Narrow path of direction, spirit work with aggression. Hate the sin, hate oppression. Keep hating, give us blessings. Want the spirit, I'ma teach you a lesson. Gotta get back to the basics, know what's on your foundation. If you're building up this nation, praying fast on a day-to-day basis. IUIC got that vision like LASIK.
Boots marching a steady rhythm. We on go for our freedom, not putting in another prison. Bro, on goals that we going with them. Fighting demons, we forcing them out like an exorcism. And they see how we blowing up. Getting older and wiser, just see how we growing up. See sick, yeah, they throwing up. Man, they watch how we move, they can't hold their composure up. We going berserker, we slaying yo doctors like you getting murked. We gon' teach them the truth, they gon' know that you lied. And we really don't care if you mad and you hurt. Don't copy the movement, you see that we hit the diaspora. Learn that when people are church, 24/7, 365. Oh yeah, around you, putting that work. Like, this Bible a weapon, I'm with all the stepping. These witches are making them frantic. We ain't spinning your block, we spinning this word from the side that we preach that landing. I ain't giving my love to this word for no diamonds and pearls, I ain't getting romantic. Immortal the goal, so we tune out the rate, and we ain't gonna stop till the kingdom is granted. To the gods,
Fire with smoke with the gods. The prophets is back and we bringing that fire. This kingdom, we bringing it down. We hollering out wartime, war ready, we putting our boots on the ground. They talking when we not in town, when we come around, they don't make a sound. Yeah. Fire with smoke with the gods. The prophets is back and we bringing that fire. This kingdom, we bringing it down. We hollering out wartime, war ready, we putting our boots on the ground. They talking when we not in town, when we come around, they don't make a sound.
It's heat in the street, 400 degrees in the street. Look for a dash to the top from the bottom to the top like a tree in the street. Lying in the way of peace in the street. Them Jews been out on the hunt. Better move, they looking for lunch. No circus ain't come for the stunts. They kicking them scriptures, we come for the punts. Be Christians just drinking the punch. Jim Jones been alone with the dry bones, so we crossing them time zones. Gotta wake up Jake, even the one from State Farm. This truth got reached, that's 8 arms. The prophets is coming, just wait for 'em. This word like fire, this stay bomb. Set your city ablaze. You should be amazed. We roll with the phenoms, can't be seen with the peons. It's the end of the days, and you gotta know that. This is not where you go toe to toe at. I can't stop till the heat in my dope at. And I got a pop in for watching this Moab. Come get this toe tag, hold that.
Are you ready for war? Bring out the sword, that's Hebrews 4. Scriptures cut to the core, it's spiritual food, so I need some more. Take a trip to the US, spiritual abuse, cause we been at war. Satan tried to take us down, but we're standing tall with our faith in God. Standing on guard, respected. We are the saints selected, the best of the best elected. We must endure, accept it. The kingdom of God objective. Some fell out the truth, rejected. Now they're hitting on us, expected. Come around us. Still got a smaller circle. You're listening to In the Scripts
We don't stop with word. Prepare for battle array. Holding the line so don't step in the way. 144,000 set on display. While the Lord is strips get hit with a stray. Fire with smoke with the gods. The prophets is back and we bringing that fire. This kingdom, we bringing it down. We hollering out wartime, war ready. We putting our boots on the ground. They talking when we not in town. When we come around, they don't make a sound. Yeah. Fire with smoke with the gods. The prophets is back and we bringing that fire. wars against the forces of darkness. This sacred assembly is where leaders from across the world converge, driven by a common mission to strategically dismantle Satan's kingdom. Here, amongst the wisdom of the ages and the fervor of the faithful, they find strength, they find purpose. They find the resolve to confront the darkness that shrouds this present world. Here is where the steadfast and the unwavering advance. This isn't just some gathering or a summit. Nah, this is a conclave of divine inspiration. Our mission is to awaken the 12 tribes of the children of Israel from their slumber, to illuminate the path of righteousness, and to reveal the truth that has been hidden for far too long. Here's where they are fortified with knowledge, wisdom, strength, and purpose, being made ready to take this truth to the next step. Here we stand on the precipice of change. Ladies and gentlemen, believers and warriors, disciples and prophets, welcome to the round table.
Yeah. Look, we never backing down. Yeah, we never backing down. Okay, we never backing down for the Lord. And we gonna stand up. We gonna stand up. We never backing down. Okay, we never backing down.
My people going to war. We bringing out the fire. Those heathens we ignore. Cause we know that they're liars. I'm reading in the we reading in the they reading in
You're listening to In the Scripts.
Some upset people.
Damn.
It's an amazing thing when you show people their sins. The first thing that they call is condemnation.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you were teaching and you were telling somebody, I'm not condemning you.
Right.
I'm just out here showing you what it is that you are or are not supposed to be doing so we can get right.
They saying no sound.
It ain't no sound.
Already
I was
fixed.
already
All
fixed?
praise,
Okay.
all praise.
My bad.
All right. No, that's good. You know, we got a little delay, so we be seeing stuff. Now,
That brother
Leah
dropped the
Israel,
bomb.
Sound is low. Hit thumbs up if okay. Somebody, Jason Israel said okay. Sound is good. All right, we back.
All praise.
All praise to the Most High. We appreciate your audience. We appreciate y'all keeping us on our toes.
Right.
You know what? We're not gonna take too much longer. Y'all already know how we do when we come in every week. We bring in the show with our segment Ear to the Streets. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into the Ears to the Streets segment.
Hey man, listen, y'all know what time it is, man. It's Officer LSJ. I got my good friend and companion to me to the right, man, because he didn't introduce us. So
It's all good, it's all
praise to
good.
the Most
I ain't introduced nobody, bro. Damn. You want to go? You got it? Yeah. So I'm Officer Yakub, and to my left,
Officer Shema.
to my right,
Officer Lavi.
to my right,
Officer LSJ.
to my right.
Officer Kashaw.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And
praise.
hey, Cap, we missing you, but hey, we know that you doing the work, sir. We know you
That's
doing
right.
the work.
Praises, all praise.
He don't have mud but this week, audience.
Oh,
It ain't mud but this week. And then Jacob missing. Jacob is missing. So All praise to the Most High. Let's get in there. Ear to the streets.
Yes, yes. So y'all know what time it is, man. It's Ears to the Streets. It's your favorite segment in the Israelite radio show. You know, we also follow it up with the I Do Me a Moment of the Week. So we got something special for y'all this week. But Officer Kasha, let them know what's going on, man.
You know, it's every year there's always some kind of rap beef that's going on. You know, with our people. Judah love to beef with one another, especially the rappers. So we got some rap beef between a well-known artist. Some people might consider him the GOAT. You know, Drake, and then another brother, Joe Budden. Some people might not know who Joe Budden is. So you know, we'll you got to probably be about 45 or older to know who Joe Budden.
Some people don't know who Tupac is.
Oh damn.
That was a lot.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, right.
I know who Tupac is.
Okay.
I don't know who Kofi D or whatever that is.
Keefy D.
Keefy D. I don't know who that is.
Kofi D.
All right, so we gonna see what the beef is in pop culture today. Play that video.
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's yo, dog, I had to look up how old this nigga was when I finished listening to the album. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You will be 37 years old. Get the fuck away from some of these younger niggas and stop fucking these 25-year-olds.
Damn. Excuse the language, audience.
I'm listening to the album.
He mentioned it.
Why are you still fucking the 25-year-olds? You're a 37-year-old billionaire. But that's what I'm loving about.
All right, so look, to catch people up to what's going on, Drake just dropped a new album the other day. He got a lot of young artists on there, and Joe Budden like, yo, you 30. I didn't even know Drake was that old, by the way. He's pushing 4 decades.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But he like, yo, grow up, bro. You got all these young dudes. If you watch the whole video of this interaction here, he says, bro, you rapping for the TikTokers now. You got all these TikTok dudes and these young cats and streams and clicks and the algorithms. Bro, be a grown man, hang around people your age, talk about stuff that's according to your age, and be more mature in your music. That's what we want to hear.
And I think he's making this point because he can hear it in his music. He's like, yo, your music literally sounds like the young men that are coming up right now. That's, you know, the 2018, so on and so forth. Because you've had artists that's older, like a J. Cole, and he's had some of the younger men on his albums, but he doesn't let it influence his sound to where it just sounds completely different. And he's just like brother Joe Budden said, like he just sound like he's selling to the kids. He's doing TikTok rap and whatever case be.
It's funny you say that because actually in this video, the full version, he did say that. He mentioned J. Cole specifically. He said when J. Cole first came out, he was rapping about young stuff, about how he lost his virginity and this and that. But as you see him grow throughout the time frame, he matured in his raps. He actually talking like a grown man. So, you know, Drake, a lot of times Drake gives us light-skinned brothers a bad rap, man. My whole life growing up, it was always, man, stop draking, man. Your light-skinned brothers soft, man. Your brothers be draking. Literally, they turned Drake into a verb. Stop draking, man.
Light-skinned brothers out here painting their fingernails pink.
Damn. They get, see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Even within the congregation, I still get this thing. So look.
But what you were saying, though, he was saying, like, his music sound real childish. Like, you know what I mean? He's speaking to the young people.
The album tracks.
Right?
Garbo. Right.
That's something that I notice about a lot of the rappers. Like for instance, Rick Ross, he old. 2 Chainz, old. A lot of people don't know he used to be called Titty Boy at one point. These are old men,
right?
And children are listening to these people' music. They out here going to homecomings, college homecomings, and these dudes is 30, 40 years old. People that's in college at the age of 18 to 21 to 22.
Right.
Let's see. Let me get a script real quick. Get Luke 7, verse 31. Let's see what the Lord had to say about these old rappers.
The book of Luke, chapter 7 and verse 31. And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation?
No, it's talking about grown men. Come on.
And to what are they like? They are like unto children.
What are they like?
Like unto children.
Read.
Sitting in the marketplace and calling one to another and saying, we have piped unto you and ye have not danced.
It's going into the rap music. I'm singing these songs. Why ain't you dancing to my song? Why ain't you dancing to my tune? We don't want to hear that BS. We want to hear some stuff with some substance in it. Y'all out here rapping about drugs, money, cars, clothes, and hoes. We want to hear some substance, man. And the rap game ain't got it. Original royalty do though.
Right.
You best believe that.
Without a doubt.
That's right. Hey, so look, pull up Drake's response. Now, bear with us. It's a little wordy.
This is very light skinned of Drake.
Oh God, it's a little wordy. So let's pull up and let's see what Drake had to say to Joe Budden.
I'm gonna read it like a light skinned brother. Joe Budden, you have failed that music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke living check to check, and the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty NSYNC jeans and Nietzsche.
Yeah, that's a 90s clothes.
Yeah, see. Hey, in Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to mood music 29 and pretend you are the GOAT. Please to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact, even though he's writing a long ass message. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in this generation to think that everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need it, put in simpler terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions.
767 is an airplane for y'all don't know. So
is it a jet?
Yeah, Drake is saying he got his own jet.
Yeah. So you got the 747, 767. So he don't have a little small personal jet. A 747 is what we fly on city to city. So his is a 767. So he got something big like the president.
Right.
So he on there, in a onesie crying and writing messages to Joe Budden in there, doing light skin stuff.
Yeah.
Look at Joe Budden's response real quick.
This is Joe Budden. He was short and sweet. Look at him. You'll grow up sooner or later. Father Time is undefeated.
So that's a good point. Father Time is undefeated. So y'all might say, man, what's the point going on here? The point that's going on that we bringing out is the emotional state of our men, right? I think Joe Budden had a good point. Bro, you old. You damn near 40 years old. Stop making all this young music. And a lot of times the music is what's influencing our young brothers anyways. Our brothers is hearing this stuff in these songs. Our sisters is hearing this stuff in these songs. And they emulating exactly what they hear. Matter of fact, I heard one of the songs on the album. He got a song with Sexy Red on there. And she's saying the most craziest, raunchiest, nasty, dirty things in the world. I'm talking about this bad news. Yeah. It's bad. It might be worse than any of the other songs y'all heard from her. It's that bad. It's horrible.
Get some help.
So a lot of our people are following after this and they're living it in their lives. And we was talking about it before the show. You made a good point. I'm gonna let you elaborate on it. Bro, if you feel like you got that much success and somebody quote unquote beneath you is hating on you or whatever, why respond?
Yeah.
Why go all the way that far into it and make a big open public show of how emotional you are when you could just keep doing what you're doing if you feel like you're successful at it?
Let me get that. Proverbs 26:4. So this is, for example, what our Bishop Nathaniel, the reason why he don't respond to these men that be speaking from these other camps is beneath him. He's on to doing bigger and better things. He's leading the men of God to conquer the earth. So he ain't got time to be, answering Negroes as, on their couch scratching. So the same thing with, I ain't gonna say a little bit different, and I'm gonna explain the difference. With Drake, this man, like he said, I got a 767, 747, whatever the case is. It's a waste of your time, really, for you to be, coming back at Joe Budden's. You're really falling into the trap that he's setting for you, just blowing his podcast up. But that's how what they say, a hit dog holler.
Right.
That thing cut him. He was like, he knows on the back end, I am compromising in order to make these sales, in order to continue to have fans, so on and so forth, by making trash music. All right, so read that.
Proverbs chapter 26, verse 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly.
It said, don't answer a fool according to his folly. Somebody talking, they hating, you're going to have haters. The leadership say it all the time. If you ain't got haters, you doing something wrong. Keep reading.
Lest thou also be like unto him.
Because when you respond to these goofy things that these men be saying, the folly, whatever the case is, especially when you know it's coming from envy, you're going to look like a fool yourself because you're giving them time and your energy, your response, when you can be doing something much better. Right?
Answer a fool according to his folly. lest he be wise in his own conceit.
Oh no, my bad. I just wanted verse 4. So that's the thing, and that's the subtle difference. For Drake, it hit him, it hurt him because he felt that like, dang, he is actually telling the truth.
Right.
My album is trash,
Right.
you know. But with our bishop, they like, nah, we ain't got time for these goofballs. We conquer the world right now.
Hey, you know another thing too. What's that scripture in Sirach? It says something about glory not of the riches of a sinner, or envy not at the riches of a sinner. I was looking for it, but the one I thought it was, it ain't it.
Yeah.
The point.
Pull Sirach 8 and 2.
8 and 2.
Yeah, 8 and 2.
The book of
It might be
Sirach,
2 and 3.
chapter 8, in verse. No, where did it go? Oh yeah, 8 and 2. There we go. Be not at variance with a rich man, lest he overweigh thee.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands.
So this is what you had just said. Drake in this situation is the more popular, the more powerful, so forth and so on. Joe Budden does enough to keep himself relevant. But we have to think about it, though, from, like, say, from our side, right? Bishop doesn't, like you said, Bishop doesn't fall into these arguments with these pastors. He would love to sit down, and he says it. He would love to sit down with T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, all of these guys who won't sit down with him. But it would be for the sake of a discussion. He's not going to debate anybody that's not his equal.
Right.
Right? So, you know, we have to understand this, and these are the things that they don't understand. Read that again.
Strive not with a mighty man, lest thou fall into his hands.
So Joe Budden should understand, don't strive with a man mightier than you because you're going to fall into his hands. Drake is a whole trap, bro.
Right.
Like, I mean, you sitting there on a sofa with 3 other dudes who Drake look at as unsuccessful because ain't none of them got even more than you.
Drake fans could be up in this comment section just destroying his algorithm.
Just destroying it. Right. So, you know, be wise. Verse 2.
Be not at variance with a rich man, lest he overweigh thee. For gold hath destroyed many and perverted the hearts of kings.
Why? Because Drake's power and his money makes people look at him like he's like, who is Joe Budden to talk down on him?
Right.
And next thing you know, them 450 men you had in your crowd, now it's 250 men. Because not only do they like you, they like Drake. And Drake has said something about you that made them look at you different.
Right.
So,
Officer, they had one story about 50 Cent and Ja Rule. I guess they had a beef before. He said 50 Cent had bought up like the 200 seats in the front.
50 Cent and Ja Rule beef.
Yeah. I mean, I know of it, you know. But,
Damn,
but
bro.
apparently,
How old am I, bro?
He did say, I guess, like he wasn't sure. Yeah. Even I knew about that.
I just know what he had did. So 50 Cent obviously richer than Ja Rule at this point. And he said 50 Cent had basically bought up 200 seats in the front row to where there wasn't nobody in the front row.
Made it look like it was empty. Yeah. That's crazy.
It's petty.
That's petty as hell.
What a Negro doing
Hey,
money.
but to your point, strive not with a rich man, because he gonna make your ass look goofy like that.
Hey, bro. You show up to your show, you done sold 10,000 tickets, and the first 300 seats is empty, bro.
Right.
Like, he said, hey, move up here.
Right. Y'all move up. Y'all move up.
You can't even show that on camera, bro.
Damn.
Then security say, these seats is taken.
Yeah, right.
These seats paid for.
Let me see your ticket.
Right.
Right, no, sir. Your seat is back there. Sir.
Right. Hey, give me that. I found the scripture. Appreciate you off the titles. Give me Sirach 9:11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 11.
Hey, and this is for the people who looking at it from layman's term. Those of us who not on the Drake and Joe Budden level. I want to touch a point real quick. Let's read this.
Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end.
So a lot of times our people always make an appeal to money. You peep what Drake said. Hey, I own a 767. I got a this. I got a that. Just because you have extra zeros behind your name is not the be-all, end-all of a successful life. We know the scriptures say money is a defense, so obviously you do need money for the basic necessities, but our people will judge all things moral and all things, they'll judge the right and wrong of a situation off of who got more money.
Right.
The Bible tells you right there, it says, for thou knowest not what his end shall be. A lot of our brothers and sisters that get into the entertainment world, that have all this money, you don't know what they had to go through to get that money.
Right.
You don't know what type of
mud butts.
There you go. You find a nice way to say it, because I was going to say it way worse. All praise to the Most High. You don't know what in the world is going on, what they had to give up.
How many ookie cookies they didn't
Right. How many ookie cookies they done ate? You know what I'm saying? What they had to give up to get that money. And then they end up being depressed. They end up having lonely lives. They end up living terrible. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes to these scriptures, if they don't repent, they're going to get eternal judgment. All that money ain't going to save them from the wrath of the Lord because they lived a life full of wickedness and sin to get and to maintain that money.
Right. And that's Sirach 13. It talks about that. Sirach 13:23. We don't have to get it, but it talks about that, though. When a rich man speaks,
everybody listens.
Yeah, everybody
listens.
listens to him. Right. If he stumbles and fall, he got a lot of people around him.
Right.
So, yeah, it talks about that for certain. All right, what we got next?
Hey, we got the I Do Me a Moment of the Week. Now, listen. This one is interesting. This one, I laughed real hard at this one. It's just, Esau do the darndest things in public. They feel like they got so much power in their hand that they can move mountains. So let's see what mountain is trying to be moved here. Come on, let it play.
Right fucking now. Piss me off. You're going to be exercised right now. I'm fucking sick of your shit. I'm sick of you not being saved. I'm sick of you not believing. And I'm sick of exercise.
Hey, some brothers be teaching like that on the street. They be wishing they could do that on the street. Hey, she said, I'm sick of you not being saved. I'm sick of you not believing. She really thought she had the spirit of the power of God.
Hey, look at the elbow. Look at the elbow work. Play it again. Look at the elbow work that she's doing. She almost broke my man's neck.
Right.
Play it. God. Look at the elbow work.
Right fucking now.
It's at your local Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
You're going to be exercised right now. I'm fucking
She put your boy in a full Nelson.
A full Nelson, though. Hey, she baptized him. Look how he's laid flat. That's how y'all be looking in the Christian church getting baptized. Laid flat like that. Let it play.
sick of your shit. I'm sick of you not being saved. I'm sick of you not believing. And I'm sick of exercise.
Hey, peep how every push came with I'm sick.
Right.
She had to put, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of that. Hey, she really thought white Jesus was going to pull the demon out of these dudes.
Baptized by Betty.
Hey, I like
Baptized by
that.
Betty.
That should be the hashtag. Baptized by
Man.
Betty.
Baptized by Betty.
Listen, I got a news flash for all my brothers and sisters out there who believe in exorcisms, right? The true way that you exorcise a demon out of your spirit is the application of God's laws.
That's right.
Standing there in Buffalo Wild Wings, being sick of somebody's bullcrap and shaking their head back and forth is not going to remove the evil spirit from a person. That's why we tell y'all, come up out these Christian churches so y'all don't look like a fool at the daggone restaurant getting baptized by Betty.
Man, God,
Amen. Hey, there you have it, man. Another edition of Ears to the Street. I do me a moment of the week. Brothers, get out of your emotions and stop believing in white Jesus. Officer. Back to you, sir.
All praises, man. All praises. Hey, it's crazy because our people just don't understand. And I guarantee you, well, actually, you know, it's. I remember in the church, women that would carry holy water around in their purse, and they want to put some holy water on you or anoint you with some oil.
Yeah, flick it on you.
Right. Like, what the hell? Or they put it in their hand and and rub it on your head. But it's like, I'm a damn demon. What is you anointing me for in my evil? You blessing me to go out and do more wicked. Like, look, Christians in Christianity, stop. You need some help. Get some help.
Get some help. Get some help.
For real, man. Hey, so y'all know where we were last week. If y'all was here last week, y'all saw the show. We doubled back with part 2, From Mothers to Merchandise, part 2. And what we want to show is the level of degradation that our women are in, meaning the level of decay that our women are in. And we want to deal with why. We don't want to just jump out, right? Because it's not that we do these shows to try to bash the sisters. We really want to put a mirror in front of your face and pray that you have a level of accountability, you know, that it helps you to fix yourself, right? So we're going to go back over the history that we ended with last week because there was stuff in it that just needed to be brought out and we missed some of it. So let's blow this page up and let's go ahead and
where we starting at?
We're going to start at keep then a free woman.
Yes, sir. Keep then a free woman. Female slaves, too, are generally given by fathers to their sons to avoid the expense of a marriage. And daughters on marrying are always supplied with a slave as Holy's maid, lust and slavery. That is the gist of the whole story. go hand in hand. And for our own part,
So read that again. Lust and slavery.
Lust and slavery, that is the gist of the whole story, go hand in hand.
So lust and slavery go hand in hand. So when we were slaves, our sisters were being lusted after. We as men were being lusted after. They're saying that lust and slavery, this vile spirit and slavery, go hand in hand. Go ahead.
And for our own part, we decline to look with any tolerance upon a slavery whose essence is not in the inhumanity of cotton plantations, but a means of pandering to the vices which can only be indulged wherein women is degraded to a chattel and to sensuality, which are responsible for a large share of the national degradation.
So a large share of the national degradation of our women actually comes from the spirit that's still in them, from the whoredom that was placed on them during slavery. Now, we understand that goes a lot deeper.
Right.
Ecclesiastes 1, and so forth. But our women have always been, by the other nations, sexualized. And they were hypersexualized. So now when we live in a society like Babylon the Great, like America is, where everything is hypersexualized, well, they're at the top of the food chain. Well, what they've been able to do, though, is they've been able to take our women who are at the top of the food chain, but they've made them believe that they are the most special delicacy on the food chain. So they think that they actually have some power by being over-sexualized, not realizing that you're actually the lowest level of degradation.
Hey, to your point, to kind of go what we were talking about before about the music industry, this slavery environment is going on in the music industry. Because these Jewish men, let's keep it honest, are the ones who own these record labels, and they are making our sisters sign their life away to do what? Get on the track and talk about some of my stuff pink and my other stuff brown, and I got the throat go, and I'm a wop, and I got the this, and it's going to touch the back of my. All of this over hypersexualization just so you can slave after the next dollar for the white man.
And you remember with the brother too, Smyrna, when he got out of prison, they had him twerking on the table. On the table. So even with the brothers, they doing like we talking about with the mud butts.
Hey, I ain't even see that.
Hey, can I get a script real quick on that?
For sure.
Give me Joel chapter 3 and verse 3. We're gonna see our sisters being over-sexualized as well as our men in the scriptures. Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Nigga sold to Master Johnson. Nigga sold to Master Ramirez. They have cast lots. Who was the they? The other nations outside the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Read.
And have given a boy for an harlot.
A boy for an harlot. That's buck breaking right. That's got our brother Smyrna twerking on the table. Come on.
And sold a girl for wine.
And what you think they was doing when they sold the girl for wine? They was over-sexualized. They was laying down with our sisters.
Right.
Read.
That they might drink.
See that they might drink.
Yep. All right. Come on.
Turkish society rests on this system of slavery with its
which society?
Turkish society.
Now, I'm stressing that point because right now we are heavily dealing with the things that happened to us while we were in the Arabian captivity and Arabian slavery, which is known as the sub-Saharan or the trans-Saharan slave trade. Most people don't know about it. All we know is transatlantic, but we're focusing on and bringing you into history that happened under the Arabs. This is the Turkish slavery. Just so y'all know, any of y'all out there that's stuck in Islam, this happened by the hands of the Arabs that had us as slaves. Go
and
ahead.
The script we just read in Joel chapter 3 was actually Tyre and Zidon and the Palestinians, which are the Arabs today. So they go hand in hand with what you're going on right now.
Absolutely.
Turkish society rests on this system of slavery with its characteristics and accompaniments too shocking to mention. And English plenipotentiaries, not, I said that right.
You good, go ahead.
Plenipotentiaries, not instructed by such a Secretary of State as Canning, will not even see the men who plead for freedom. It is because of our antecedents, because of what has been done by England to extirpate the slave trade since the time of Clarkson and Wilberforce.
So what it's saying is, it's showing you that Edom is the one that's still in power. But the Arabs were allowed to do what they do because Edom was in agreement with it. They were in agreement with it. So the people that you would think, since Edom runs everything now, since the wicked are in charge of the whole earth, he's right and he's saying you would think that the Europeans would step in and try to help them. But the reality is that they were down with it too. So they just basically turned their eye away from seeing the Arabs do it because the Europeans were okay with it. That's basically what they're saying in short. Go ahead.
It says, where we leave off. But Philo-Turkish anxieties sealed England's lips.
No, that France, Russia, Germany, and Italy.
Oh, there we go. That France, Russia, Germany, and Italy say it properly devolved upon England to take the lead in dealing with the question of the slave trade. But Philo-Turkish anxieties sealed England's lips.
But Philo-Turkish anxieties sealed England's lips. A gift destroyeth the heart. Go ahead.
Her ministers silently
repudiated
the honorable duty which the common consent of Europe declared to be theirs.
The common consent. That's Psalms 83. They all confederate. They all confederate under Edom. Go ahead.
They were themselves dumb in the cause of freedom, and they suppressed the convictions of others. Thus, the Berlin Congress is come and gone, and the noble sight of England's statesmen accomplishing in 1878 what their great predecessors endeavored to achieve in 1822 is not realized. Lords Beaconsfield and Salisbury did not think it worth a word.
Now, yeah, let's see. All right, so this is what we read last week. We're not going to read the whole thing again. Let's go over, slide it over, go to the top, and blow up just the right side of it. Expand it so we can see just the right side. Yep, and now bring it over so we can see. Yep. Come on, yeah. All right, there we go. All right, go up some. Up.
Other up. I'll pray y'all brothers doing well.
Thus it has become.
Thus it has become the practice even in English society, which was wont to pride itself upon its purity, to exercise a charity towards a peculiar vice of our Eastern allies, which is not better than a compromise with the devil.
Damn. Not better than a compromise with the devil. So they try to act like they holy and pure, right? But the reality is they are the makers of the whole slave mentality, chattel slave mentality. So they're saying they exercise charity towards a particular vice of our Eastern allies, which is, so east of Europe would be Turkey, which is no better than a compromise with the devil. They calling themselves the devil. Right. Go ahead.
It is time that ethics so false should be exhibited in their true colors. Slavery exists in Turkey in many forms, and we are sometimes taught to believe
thank you. Can y'all raise it up as he's reading? You know he's going to get there.
As it was the custom to teach when feeling ran high during the American War of Emancipation, that the lot of the slave is on the whole a pleasant one.
A pleasant one.
So
they're saying that they fake it like being a slave was actually a good thing. Like slaves were comfortable in it. Go ahead.
The slave is free from care. His daily wants are supplied. Food, shelter, everything he requires is provided for him.
That's what old boy was saying yesterday.
Oh God, yeah.
He was like, y'all better over here than you was over there in Africa.
Yes. Hey, in the video he said, what would the black man be? And then Officer Caleb jumped in without the white man. He was like, no, if they were in Africa.
Yeah, right.
He said we'll be shitting on the streets. I said, damn.
Hey, Edomite said this?
Edomite ran up on us yesterday and said this on the streets.
Y'all was at the wild camp spot. Damn. At our camp spot, it was peace and gravy all day. People was coming up wanting to hear the word, what y'all about. They wanted to repent and learn. Y'all got the fire yesterday.
It was edifying. We went to war yesterday.
Sheesh.
But what's crazy, though, is this exact same sentiment was expressed via television by that sub-government that's set up in Jackson, Mississippi. They said that they took the power away from blacks to be able to vote so that only that small group voted, so that black people didn't even have to burden themselves with the idea of voting and having to research candidates. They said the exact same thing in Jackson, Mississippi.
you know what else is heavy too? The I believe it was the governor of Florida recently said the same
They
thing.
said the same thing.
He tried to push it in the school system to teach that the slaves were at ease and they learned very valuable skills that they could use. And come on, man.
Yep. Same thing, bro. These are the same people returned to earth, just so y'all know. The Bible say there is no end to all the people. This is the same people. Go ahead.
His labor, as compared with the Irish hodman, is light. The climate in which he earns his easy livelihood is a mild and pleasant contrast to that in which the Hebridean fisherman is compelled to risk his life for bread. In old age, he is well provided for. This is the picture to which we have lately been accustomed.
So he's saying this is the picture that they have painted, that white America has painted about slavery.
And that's one thing that Bishop be saying. He was like, look, the regular Edomite, they don't be knowing nothing.
Nah.
He said, whenever they come up to us, it literally be the first time they ever heard that Christ is black. It'd be the first time they heard that, we came from more than just Ooga Booga up in Africa and stuff like that. They don't be knowing nothing.
Right.
Hey, the regular Edomites believe that they can put a book over your face and get a demon out of you.
Right. Right. Go ahead.
Dr. Sandwith, as the result of a residence of some years in Turkey, tells a different story.
So this Edomite is going to tell a different story. He's saying, I don't agree with this sentiment that slavery is so good for them in Turkey. Go ahead.
He knows really what the domestic institution means. There are various classes of Turkish slaves, but wherever Turks are prosperous, there are slaves of one kind or another in Turkish families. The conditions of this slavery, which superficially are easy enough, are in reality as cruel as is possible to conceive. Let us take the case of the negress.
Of the negress, the black woman. Pay attention, sisters. Go ahead.
Let us take case of the negress, who is described by Dr. Sandwith as the Turkish maid of all work. It is customary to describe such an one as the humble friend of the family. And we are asked to remember such relationships as those of Uncle Tom and Eva St. Clair, and to forget those of Uncle Tom and Legree. It is better when we judge of social conditions to get rid of such fanciful haze. Let us look at the bare truth. The slave negress, if she should become attached to any Turkish family, does so because she is forcibly divorced from any family of her own.
Damn. So let's bring it back, because we're going to finish the reading, but let's bring it to where we are with this show, from mothers to merchandise. So when he's saying that the negress woman, if she should become attached to any Turkish family, meaning if there is any means of anybody, if anybody goes and takes her in, right, they steal her, of course, or in this case, they're buying her. But if they take her in, she does so because she is forcibly divorced from any family of her own. Why? Because back then they were murdering the men, and then the woman was having to fend for herself. So a lot of them were turning to prostitution and other things during these times just to be able to take care of themselves. But if she was taken in by a family, then the husband was sleeping with her, and whatever men help he had, they were sleeping with her. But she was forcibly divorced through murdering of the men. How are they forcibly divorced today?
Child support, WIC, Section 8.
The industrial prison complex.
Yes.
Feminism.
Feminism, yep. The Christian church.
Right.
That good job. Yeah. Education. Sister yesterday said, I got a degree.
Right.
I got a master's degree.
Right. So it's the same. But back then they knew it. Today, these sisters don't even know that they're being forcibly divorced from any family of their own. Forcibly divorced. And we got some videos we're going to deal with later to look at this. All right, let's go forward.
It is little we can know of that.
It is little we can know of that. Okay.
It is little we can know of that slavery in Turkish harems. In our last number, so
let's go over to the
yes, sir.
We're going over to the highlights.
This is
slavery in Turkish harems. That was harems, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got astigmatism. This is all that can be said by a not unfriendly critic. It is when we look further into her book that we find descriptions that would have justified far stronger language. Her account of the Seraglio fully bears out the extracts we have given above. From the pens of other writers, the Sultan's harem linked. Here,
Now, understand, a sultan is Arab.
mm-hmm.
This is a ruler in the Arabic nation. So we're talking to you about Arabic men, Muslims, Nation of Islam, all of this. We're talking about Muslims that are capturing black women. That's why I said negress.
Habib them.
Yes, this is Habib and them, the ones in your corner store selling you pork, cigarettes, and alcohol and won't do none of it themselves. Go ahead.
The Sultan's harem link contains harem lick contains from 1,000 to 1,500 women drawn from all quarters to gratify the sovereign's passing whims.
His passing whim. Meaning whatever he wants to do. So he can be like Kanye West on that boat a couple of weekends ago. Just whatever he wants to do when he passes by her, that's what he gonna do to her. She's basically a throwaway. She's what's some of the words? A jump off.
Side piece.
A side piece. Go ahead.
And then to be flung aside as worthless forevermore. For what?
What is one of the complaints we constantly hear sisters say today? They treat me like a piece of meat. They just do what they want to do to me and toss me to the side.
Pumped and dumped.
Pumped and dumped. God, there it is. Well, pumped and dumped. But what they don't, our sisters don't realize that this has stuck in their spirit. Dispensation to dispensation to dispensation, standing in that same lot. And there's not but one way to come up out of it. And that's through the keeping of the commandment. Give me Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, you know what I want. There shall be Deuteronomy.
Yes, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel. We all know what a whore is with a W. A whore is a woman that jumps rod to rod. The Bible says, sis, you cannot do that. You can't jump man to man. Get your ass somewhere and sit down. Have yourself living like you're supposed to live, dress like you're supposed to dress, eat like you're supposed to eat, act like you're supposed to act. And in a godly setting, a godly man will wife you. That's what it's supposed to look like. Y'all are not worthless pieces of meat to be flung aside, but a lot of y'all treat yourselves that way because you think through the over-sexualization of women that that's the source of your power. And that is not the source of your power, sis.
That's a slave mindset is what we read at the beginning. You doing what they forced on you.
Right.
And now you do it willfully because they ain't whipping you and snatching you away from your family. You willingly doing it because they make it look appeasing to you and you get a better life living like that.
Right.
You think that, but what we read earlier, the end thereof. You don't think about the end of what come behind you, dressing immodest, want to be a hot girl, have your hot girl summer. You don't think about what's gonna follow that, like AIDS, STDs, death. You don't think about those things.
You know what, though, officer? To an extent, I think a lot of times they do. I'll tell you why. Because you remember that interview that Bishop put up in class when the sister said, I'm a hoe with a W. Remember that interview?
Yep.
The brother, the very next one or two questions asked her, okay, so would you let your daughter be a hot girl? What's the first thing she said? Oh, no, she ain't going to live like that. She ain't going to be that. Because they understand that lifestyle is no good. It's leading to a dead end. But it makes me think about that scripture in Jeremiah where it said, from the greatest to the least of them, they are all given to covetousness. A lot of times, you do have a larger amount of our sisters who don't think about it, who are ignorant. But some of these sisters, y'all be knowing the consequences of that lifestyle, and you put that cash money dollar bill above morals and code.
That's right.
And then you want to look confused when your daughter walking around shaking her behind in the house. Because she saw you shaking your behind in the house. What you think she going to do?
Like Cardi B, she don't even want her daughter
to listen to her
music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, 100. All right.
This vast host of women of all ranks, ages, and conditions.
All ranks, ages. So this is why you see young women acting old and old women acting young. They all in the same mentality. They will all use the same way. Go ahead.
This vast host of women of all ranks, ages, and conditions are, without exception, of slave extraction, originating from cargoes of slaves that yearly find their way to Turkey from Circassia, Georgia, Abyssinia, and Arabia.
Wait a minute. So these slaves are being pulled from Abyssinia? Abyssinia is Ethiopia. Why? Because some of our people are in Ethiopia.
And Ethiopia is scattered.
Circassia, Georgia is Russia. So some of our people were taken into Russia. I remember former Deacon Athan did a class on our hidden history, and he showed how in 2 Kings 17, remember when it says that Assyria came down and they put us up in those lands? And what we did is we began to climb higher and higher, still trying to get away from the captivity there in Assyria, and ended up going into right there in the Caucasus. So some of us were in the Caucasus areas amongst the Caucasians. So these slaves from Circassia, Georgia, which is Georgia, Russia, Abyssinia, which is Ethiopia, and we know Arabia. That's all the way down to Yemen, where we know we still got slaves right now in Yemen. Go ahead.
In spite of the prohibition of the slave trade.
So they always said it was prohibition.
Right.
That's why you get the Muslims today that say, no, we weren't slaves. Everyone just accepted Islam. Yeah. What did he say?
Now we was at the Hispanic event this past week, and there was a Muslim lady who came up to us and was trying to talk to us about the Islamic faith. By the way, he was an excellent Muslim. He scored 95% on his little quiz.
She gave us a little piece of paper with 10 questions on it about Islam.
Yeah.
Through us having great leadership, we knew all the,
studied it.
We knew all the answers. It just had one question on there. They believe, which I didn't know. They believe in the virgin birth too. I was like, oh,
yeah, they believe Jesus.
Okay,
probably.
Yeah, we'll go through that.
Well, all Islam is copy from the Bible.
Yeah, you go.
Plagiarize.
Yeah.
You should have aced that one.
Yeah, but this the thing. She was to your point about how they were saying, oh, it wasn't no slavery and everybody accepted Islam. I pushed back on her because she said Islam is the perfect religion. I said, oh, really? Well, are you familiar with the history on how the Arabs took our people and forced them in slavery in Africa to follow Islam? And she said, no, don't blame Islam. Blame the Muslims.
Yeah, she said,
She said, there are bad Muslims out there that don't take on the character of Islam. Islam is not about slavery. It says that slaves should be free. You have to just blame the bad Muslims.
And that's what they said about Christianity.
Yeah.
They said the same thing.
And this one, when I say was a Arab version of a black educated woman. She had made sure to mention, I've got a book out. When we say she had about 10 to 12 men come up in the midst of her speaking to us, and you can tell their demeanor was, we're uncomfortable with you over here with our two sons talking to these men like you doing. But she sit back, every single one of them. We sitting there looking. I'm like, yo, these dudes, I thought they was different. I thought they was they just as weak as everybody else.
Arab feminists.
Arab feminists. I believe your wife, she is over there talking to those black men. Go get her.
Yeah.
They sent all of them over there. I sent back. I said, damn.
All right. These slaves?
These slaves are sold in their native land by unnatural relations or torn from their homes by hostile tribes to be subsequently handed over to the slave dealers.
And that's the Hamites. That's what they're saying, the Hamites, the hostile tribes. Go ahead.
And brought by them into the capital and other large towns. On the accession of a new sultan to the throne, it is the custom to make a clearance of these poor creatures and to replenish the seraglio with fresh ones. Damn.
That's their harem. So if there was a sultan that was there and then the sultan dies or he's not there, whatever happens, when another one comes up, then they're going to replenish that whole little harem. So that means everything that was there, they get tossed aside.
Because they know that they done dealt with them already.
Yes. And that's 1,000 to 1,500 women just getting tossed. Go ahead.
Those who are admitted to the sultan's presence and have no claims to the rights of maternity do not present themselves a second time.
Now, what's funny is that's actually historical. What happened in Esther?
With
that's what happened in Esther when he got rid of Vashti.
Get ass.
Remember, he had a whole harem of females, and they bathed in oils and all. Now that was a difference. Is it wasn't just at his whim, but over time, you look at it now. This is where they are now. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The lot of these discarded favorites is naturally not an inviolable one. Accidentally,
an
enviable one. Accidentally noticed by the sultan or entertained by him as the object of a mere passing caprice. They seldom have the good fortune to occupy a sufficient ascendancy over the mind or heart of the sovereign to enable them to prolong or consolidate their influence.
Now, I'm going to give you a perfect example of this. Brittany Renner.
Damn. Yep.
Look at all of these women who spend their time doing nothing more than to go to a basketball game, a football game. They at all of the parties, and what are they there for? They there to get, what did you call it?
Pumped and dumped.
Pumped and dumped. And there it is. Right. There it is. And they know it. And they know it. Only a few of them are lucky enough to eventually become wives, right? But then they get so hung up on missing the life, like Lot's wife, they looking back.
Or like Steph Curry's wife.
Like Steph Curry's wife.
Right.
Then they end up getting kicked to the side anyway. Because they're so torn and they don't even understand spiritually or mentally why.
Hey, officer, with this point that you bringing out is a heavy point because I'm going to tie it back to Kevin Samuels. You might say, how so? We talking about assaulting. That's a man of authority. That's a man of notoriety. That's a man with high economic status, a.k.a. in the world today, a high-value man.
High-value man, right.
They're showing you that from history, these men of this level of high stature have always had a variety of women to their disposal. And they always do what? Pump you and dump you. So our sisters today who think, no, I'm good enough. I can tie him down. I can this and that. They think they have such of a high attractive level because these high value men will sleep with you.
Right.
But like you said, and like the book said, very few of you are becoming wives.
Yes.
So stop giving up your body to every Tom, Dick, and Harry who got a couple dollars and who can flash and make it look good, and you end up discarded on the side of the road like a piece of roast beef later on.
Tyler Perry made a movie. What was it? Not Obsession. The Temptation.
Temptation.
Yeah, the sister that had a husband. Brother was earning a living, but that temptation for a high value man left her with the plague.
Left her with a plague. What was you gonna say? I thought. All right, let's finish shit out.
It was highlighted. Yeah. It was very seldom that the slave enjoyed more than once the passing notice of the Sultan, a disappointment naturally very deeply felt by those who, after being suddenly raised to the height of favor, find themselves quickly consigned again to oblivion, in which their future is past.
Pumped and dumped.
Pumped and dumped. Now, I'm going to tell you what's crazy. Prostitutes live under this exact same mentality. They choose pimps of the same way. Whichever pimp is the one that holds the cup for that year, he's the greatest pimp. All of them want to flock to him and work for him. And they know he a pimp. He going to do what pimps do. You going to be some B's and some H's and everything else. He going to smack you. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing good coming to you. It becomes a competitive mind state to see who could be the best slave. Is really what our sisters are in. So they have completely transformed from being mothers to just flat out merchandise. Anything for the dollar. All right, go ahead.
Few Turks can afford to keep more than one free wife, but a slave is no cause of jealousy. Lot lives in the same house with the wife and costs much less to take care of, I'm assuming.
Yeah. He buys a slave, he puts her in the house with a wife, but he knocking her down too, and the wife know it.
To desolation of heart, which renders possible submission to an unblissed fate. The slave negress has no kith or kin.
She has nobody there left for her. Why? Because they killed the men. They enslaved the men. They snatching their children up and putting them in slave farms to work them from an early age to get their minds to be conformed to their society. That's how we became Greeks. That's how we became Antiochians and Romans, because they took the children and did that. They killed the men and hypersexualized the woman. The same thing they doing here. Go ahead.
She is without hope. We know not for what distant shore she sighs as she looks across the sea.
So now this is the part that they tell you who these negresses are. They say that this negress is without hope, and we don't know from what distant shore she sighs as she looks across the sea. She's in Turkey. What sea is she looking across? The Mediterranean Sea. That's right. Go ahead.
There are old associations sacred to her mind as the sound of Sabbath bells, if we only knew of them.
So she is looking across the Mediterranean, hoping and wishing that she gets to hear Sabbath bells. And nowadays, these bros don't want to have nothing to do with the Sabbath.
Right. Can I get a script real quick?
Yes, sir.
Hey, the old faithful And Officer Yakub, you hurt a lot of feelings with this one. Deuteronomy 28:68.
Oh,
I saw the comments. They was mad at you.
Hey, it is what it is.
They was
man.
mad at you. But guess what?
The scripture.
We gonna exegete
That's right.
the
That's
scripture
right.
here. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Now, it said, the Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. We all know the word Egypt means slavery. For those of us who are new, check Exodus 20 and 2. We ain't going to get it for time's sake. But Egypt means house of bondage, captivity, or slavery. It says, the Lord shall bring you into slavery again with ships. Come on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
See your homeland no more again. That's why it says she's looking back across the sea, looking at her homeland, wanting that rest. We read earlier that the lands that they came from, it came from Abyssinia in Ethiopia. That's Africa.
Right.
So how can you apologists, you so-called white people who are mad at us for bringing out the scriptures, and then you urban apologists who are riding on the coattail of these white apologists, be mad when the Bible is keep replaying itself over and over again.
Right.
When you read up in the chapter in 28, it says these curses will be upon you forever. Meaning what? They keep happening. Deuteronomy 28:68 did not happen once.
That's
it
right.
kept happening and happening and happening until what? The children of God repent and keep the commandments. And Christ return and redeem us. So guess what? Deuteronomy 28:68 gonna keep happening. Even in 2023, it's gonna keep happening until Christ redeem the elect that repent and keep these commandments.
That's right.
Get mad and exegete that.
That's right. That's right. Let's finish reading this.
It says,
Start again. There are old associations.
there are old associations sacred to her mind as the sound of Sabbath bells, if we only knew of them.
Uh-huh.
But there is no path by which the wanderer may return to her own country, and there is no lot for her in the place of her imprisonment.
In the place of her sisters. Y'all were prisoners with us. Y'all ain't above y'all's men. Y'all are prisoners with us.
She is companionless.
She is what?
Companionless and husbandless.
Just like the ones today. Come on.
Her life is barren.
Because everything, it's fruitless because she has false fruit. She thinks that her degrees and that her body and her eyelashes and her hair and her toenails, all of that is what makes her fruitful and beautiful and good. That's not the case. You are barren. Read.
No fond hope stirs her maiden heart.
Uh-huh.
Her warm affections burn only to wither.
Damn.
Damn, that's tragic. In family life, there is to her no enjoyment.
She doesn't enjoy being a mother. She doesn't enjoy being a wife. She doesn't enjoy building a house up, making sure that it's fed and clothed and clean and educated. Go ahead.
No kinship. No future.
No future. She is lost. Go ahead.
She is sold to serve and die. Wow.
That's the case of our sisters
That's
today.
an independent sister right there.
That's an independent woman today. That's who Kevin Samuel fought against every damn night. That woman right there.
Can I get one scripture real quick?
Yeah, let's grab a scripture.
Yes,
and we're
sir,
going
yes,
to go
sir.
to this commercial break right
Yes, sir.
now.
Revelations, what was that? 3 and
18?
7. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 17. 17, because you just said it, officer. You got a lot of sisters today. They are lawyers, they doctors, they this, they that. They quote unquote, they in their minds, I sacrificed this in order to obtain this money, but at what cost did you sacrifice it? Because on your social media, it's just you. It ain't no men, it ain't no kids, ain't no nephews, nothing. It's just you enjoying your Birkin bag in Europe somewhere where they hate you.
Right.
So read that real quick.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 17. Because thou sayest, I am rich.
A lot of our sisters, I'm rich. I worked. I got degrees. I'm the smartest person in my family. I broke these generational curses by getting all these degrees. I'm rich. Read.
And increase with goods. And have need of nothing.
They say, I don't need a man. I don't need no help. I don't need my parents. I'm good. I'm a boss bee. I'm independent. I'm making these women proud. I'm an example to the women of this generation. Read.
And know it's not that thou art wretched.
God said you wretched. Jeez. You say you wretched. The God didn't create a woman to be an independent woman. God didn't create you to just get degrees and serve on your knees for the other nations.
Right.
Read.
And miserable. And poor.
Dang.
And blind. And naked.
God said, man, you poor, naked, wretched, miserable, all these things. With you got your Birkin bag in Europe and you miserable and wretched.
Miserable and
We
wretched.
read in the article, it said barren.
Barren.
Right.
Without.
Without. So look, y'all, we're going to transition to this commercial. We're going to be back in just a minute. You're tuned in to In the Scripts.
Reloaded.
That's right.
Repent or die. Repent or die.
Repent or die, brothers falling off like a bike chain. Purple hit the block, bring the thunder, never light rain. Keep my circle small, don't want the drama that it might bring. Keep a counsel, give it to me straight, not a pipe dream. John 2:23, read the verse 25. Christ kept his circle small, so I'ma move just as wise. Edomites be telling lies, don't wanna see us televised. Israelites, we on the rise, we have to learn to improvise. I can read between the lines, see the real from the fake. We be in the field with it, y'all be with the patty cake. Y'all be on the lake with it, we across the 7 seas. Grimy in the hood with it, where they push the B's and C's. Your pastor, he about the cheese, we about the nation build. Tired of single parent homes, tired of brothers getting killed. We be on the battlefield, cleaning up communities. One mind, one accord, all about the unity. Script cut your spirit up, leave a messy murder scene. Jeremiah 23, tell the truth about a dream. Pastor here about the cream, Christian church, yeah, that's a scheme. We gon' break the scripture down, get a sense of what it mean. Used to work the triple beam, now you repent the fiends. We be in the hood like hot dog mixed with pork and beans. Bible over everything, BOE the mind state. Correction with the Bible fam, we reduce the crime rate. Had to learn to suffer wrong, suffer in humility. Kingdom focus on my crown, never let it ruin me. Bishop, deacons, captain fam, them the ones influence me. So rock too, gold trodden fire, new jewelry. Kingdom driven, don't care what you try to do to me. Stay on my dribble fam, wiggle around for foolery. Miss me with the coonery, never with buffoonery. Bar game 6 sober, do it with no brewery. Nothing like the usual, DMR be off the chain. Pour my heart out in it, so you gotta feel my pain. Surely I believe in change, gritting for my children. Best believe the people perish if you ain't got a vision. I be by my father's business, dropped my flag years ago. Now I rep the 4th tribe, Israelite of Judah, bro. Little something you should know, everybody ain't your friend. Enemies keep them close, cause they be pitching underhand. I be swinging for the fence, better yet for the gate. A lot of self-examination, really trying to seal my fate. I'ma let the haters hate, talking all wicked jakes, enduring all trials at hand. Not for man, for kingdom's sake. It's laws over politics, got a lot I gotta fix. I be dying daily, don't wanna burn apocalypse. Commandments over politics, got zero tolerance. The laws of God is common sense. These pastors, they don't follow them.
Nigga right now. I am telling you, he's ridiculous.
You called me a nigger. Go ahead.
I called you a nigger. You're a nigger. Nasty nigger.
Don't call me black no more, cause it ain't facts no more. We destroyed mentally, don't whip our backs no more. When I tell that to my people that say I'm hating them folks, and I ain't never burned a cross or hung nobody with rope. They make mockery of us, they say my people a joke. Cause we broke living in ghettos and we strung out on dope. Question, why do we always seek the love of the folks who brought us over here on boats and put them chains on our throats, huh? Making tumults, got us working in fields. Instead of picking cotton, we in plants and mills. They got us running up and down on their football field. But you better not protest, cause you in slavery still. You can put your hands up and you can still get killed. Make a GoFundMe account and he retired with meals. Killing blacks and Latinos is a lucrative field, but look at white women wrong and you get immaterial. See the curses that we live in every day out here. Can we all get along as a fantasy still? We holding hands, singing songs with the devil for real. When you march and protest, that devil right on your heel. Separate from enemies, the only way we can build another Black Wall Street with a Capitol Hill. They trying to wipe us off the planet with them chemical spill. Cause we God chosen people
but they know who we is.
You got something that I want, so run it up. My cup of knowledge kinda empty, pour me up. Yeah, they don't care about us, they don't give a what. And you gon' wanna hear this, baby, turn it up. Tell me who we is, who we are. We are God's only kids. He call us stars, not equal to the other nations. It's segregation, say it with no hesitation. We know our names, we know who we are.
My people is poor, our morale is low. We hated and despised everywhere that we go. The world keep us suppressing, they don't want us to grow. And they govern education, they don't want us to know our nationality. That's who God said we be. They don't want us to be men, they want us Gary with a T. Young thug with a dress, dope man with a key. Now they can lock you in a cell and destroy your family. Now all we do is march, no justice, no peace. Cause the Ku Klux Klan is the judge and police. We at war with wickedness in some very high places. It's Stockholm syndrome, we accept the degradation. Got a hoodie on, you get shot. Your hands up, you get 6 shots. Get put to death in the traffic stop, getting choked out by a cricket cop. It's madness and it's tragic. We crawling up out this casket, waiting on the black messiah. Our redemption gon' be classy.
You got something that I want, so run it up. My cup of knowledge kinda empty, pour me up. Yeah, they don't care about us, they don't give a what. And you gon' wanna hear this, baby, turn it up. Tell me who we is, who we are. We are God's only kids. He call us stars, not equal to the other nations. It's segregation, say it with no hesitation. We know our names, we know who we are.
Where'd all these different faiths come from? Well, there are a lot of man-made religions out there. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of man. What man? The white man.
In Europe, in the time of the Renaissance, they start whitewashing all the dark images in Spain, in Portugal, in Russia, and all these places. And archaeology could show today, we got the records showing that there were black images all over Spain, all over Europe. Okay, why? Because the Christians over there at that time, they were all black.
Being a Christian, you are the following of Christ. You keeping the Passover, New Moon, Sabbath, all that make a big difference. In Christianity, they keep none of what the Bible says.
The Jews have always been black.
So the true early Christians maintained faith in Christ along with Jewish law.
It is very important for us to come out of what we don't belong in and come back to what God actually made.
Brothers, sisters, let's all of us come out of the Christian church now.
IUIC Boom Cards are fun, interactive digital activity quiz cards for children ages 2 through 10. Our Boom Cards offer an educational product that is the first of its kind. We have decks in English and Spanish, tailor-made for young Israelites to learn our history and commandments. You can use them in your homeschool classroom and after-school assignments, or even on the go. The intuitive, easy-to-maneuver digital learning features found on our Boom Cards are self-correcting, allowing children to learn without their parents' help. Anytime you have an internet connection, you can fill your child's idle time with profitable and true biblical teaching. You can access IUIC Boom Cards on any mobile device or computer at www.boomlearning.com/author/IUIC.
with the Feast of Tabernacles is weeks away, IUIC is now presenting Feast of Tabernacles Boom Card Decks. The perfect tool to teach your little prophets and princesses all about the Feast of Tabernacles. These Tabernacles Boom Card Decks are available in both English and Spanish. Grab yours today by visiting www.boomlearning.com/author/IUIC.
We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough. And it is because of our effort toward getting straight to the root that people oftentimes think we're dealing in hate. Brothers and sisters, for generations we've been a people living under the weight of oppression. From the days of Marcus Garvey's call for unity, to Martin Luther King's dream of freedom and equality, to Fred Hampton's unyielding fight.
Hey, we are back, and you are tuned in the scripts reloaded. That's right. That's right. So we're going right back to where we left off. So we left off dealing with the history that was coming out with women, right? The things that our sisters need to know that put them in the spirits that they in now, right? But we're going to move forward now to look at some of the stuff that our sisters are doing because of the spirit that they were in there. Let's watch this video. Now, hey, first, before y'all hit play, this is gross. I'm just going to tell y'all straight up. This is gross. But this is actually happening with our sisters in an Arab country.
Basically, these girls get ramped up, gang sex, where one girl is literally sleeping with either a whole family or one girl is really sleeping with like 5-6 different guys, at the same damn time. There's also a situation where all these men intentionally take laxatives, basically, and which, of course, laxatives which would enable them to be able to poop, basically. So what they do is they have a fetish where they poop on you as a girl, especially black girls. They poop on you. They pee on you. In some cases, they pee inside your mouth and make you feed on poop. So it's like, imagine a situation where you have 5 to 10 men defecating on you. This is on your body.
That's enough. Y'all got the point. So in Dubai, in Arabia, what do they call it? The UAE, United Arab Emirates. This is happening with our sisters. Now, don't get it twisted. These are not women that are forced to do it. These are women that work in what we call the sex industry. These are strippers. These are OnlyFans females. These are women that are actual adult film actresses, models, various ones that are going to Dubai because let's look into it real. Hey, I just sent something. I want to first let's look up what this is called when they're doing this because it has a word attached to it. I just sent it to the group. It's at the very bottom. If y'all can pull that up.
I heard an Edomite recently on a podcast say he's like, you think Rich over here. He said when you go over there to Dubai, he said you really see them with money over there. So maybe I said, like you said, they selling themselves as merchandise. They hear about the money that they got over there. Like, oh, okay, go over there. They like black women, thinking they just gonna go over there for the normal. But
So the what this stuff is called coprophilia. Coprophilia. All right. So let's read this.
Coprophilia, marked interest in excrement.
Excrement. That's what comes out of your bowels.
Especially the use of feces or filth for sexual excitement.
Now, what do you think Sukihana is pushing?
Oh, yeah, the booty hole. That's the booty hole brown sister.
No, that's Sexy Red.
Oh, damn.
Sukihana is the one that's talking about eating it, though.
Tomato, huh?
Yes.
Damn.
This is what they're pushing on our sisters. But again, let's think back to the history that we just read. They felt good if a man just showed them any amount of attention, so they were willing to do whatever he wanted them to do back then under the Turkish slavery, under the Arabs. Well, guess what? The Arabs are still doing it to our
Still
sisters.
doing it to our sisters to this day.
Yeah. Still doing it to this day.
They was forcing it then, but now they say, oh, they like their money.
Yes.
Well, you got to think.
Give
now,
them some crumbs.
our
'Cause
people-
to them, they got big money out there.
Right.
So a couple like $50,000 or something like that, that's crumbs to them.
Right. You got to think our people now slaves for the money. We
Yeah.
slave for the money.
Yep.
That's what it is, for that bag.
I wish we could look up, because I guarantee you could find somewhere that it shows how to pay. But I'm not going to look it up because some crazy stuff will pop up on the screen, and that's the last thing we want.
Right.
So, but this is what it's called. It's called coprophilia. So this is a very real thing, sisters, that people are doing. What did y'all blow up? Yeah, now we ain't gonna do a search for that, bro.
And that's crazy because obviously when they're in that industry, like you said, they call it the sex industry, whether it be OnlyFans or strippers or prostitution, that those are the conversations that they have about, like, oh, I'm trying to pick up a few more hours, like it's a regular ass job. I'm trying to pick up a few more hours. What can I do? And somebody knows, oh, I've got a client that's in Dubai.
Yes.
I go over here, I do this and this and that. And I'm sure some of them be like, hey, he do this to me, I gotta eat some shit. But it's worth the 60,000, 80,000,
and that's what they getting for it.
They give you time and a half.
Yeah,
They
getting 60 and 80,000 to do this, bro.
To do this, slay queen or something like that.
Huh?
And they call like slay
queens, the ones from Africa, that are going. They call themselves slay queens. So the amount of money that they're making is enough for you to live off of, for a year. Now imagine a girl from Nigeria going over there, getting paid, that type of money. She go back to Nigeria, bro. She rich for years, for a long time with that, right? So now let's jump down to let's bring out number 10. Go to story number 10. So, yeah.
What in the world?
So, this is a video.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kevin Gates spits in the mouth of a pregnant lady during a live show.
This is attached to the exact same act. Is anything that is enticing in that manner, but it's all types of filth. In this case, they also spit. As a matter of fact, Shahrazad Ali, the interview that she just did, she was saying we need to learn how to cast this down. Guess what? The Israelites gonna cast it down.
That's right.
We gonna cast it down.
So this Negro does semen retention, but don't do saliva retention.
Man,
goodness gracious.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
Now, here's what's crazy. Did I put the picture in here at all, y'all? I didn't put the picture in there, did I? We're gonna find a picture. Play the video real quick.
He's gonna show him doing it.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be okay. Right here. Pause. So you can see she's pregnant. Look at the baby bump. This is a pregnant woman that goes on stage with Kevin Gates, knowing the type of filth that he pushes.
When I came down,
She doing this for free.
She doing this for the free 99.
Oh goodness.
Yes. That's somebody else's baby in her stomach.
In her stomach.
Whatever she eat and drink goes to the baby.
Yep.
That baby just consumed Kevin Gates' spit.
Yes. Let it play.
Sheesh!
Let it play. He said, will you do whatever I want you to do? She said, yes. Now, again, think back to what we read, the level of degradation that our women have fallen to. Because they killed us, they took the babies, and began to raise them in a manner that fit their culture so that the babies would be weak and docile to them, and they took our women and hypersexualized them.
And then you remember how I said in the book where it said that the Eastern, you would think that the people of Europe would say, nah, let's come handle this.
Yes.
But it was done on their permission. Look at the channel,
Yes.
Vlad TV.
Vlad TV, Amalek.
Yeah, profiting off of it.
Yes. Let it play.
And then sisters cheering in the background.
She was out there earlier,
Listen to the women screaming.
Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out.
Goodness.
Bruh.
That's the same thing old boy did at the church.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Michael Todd. I was
Michael
thinking about you in the spirit like a mug, bro.
These niggas,
Bruh.
You got the rappers and the so-called preachers today doing the same thing.
Same thing. Ain't no difference in them at all. Give me that. Give me Leviticus 20:6.
Oh, goodness.
Because what are the righteous people of God supposed to be? And this scripture is going into the other nations, right? But when our people aren't keeping the commandments of God, are they counted for the fold or are they counted as strangers? They are the wicked. So the righteous are supposed to feel this same way about even those amongst the Israelites. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 6.
26.
Oh, sorry.
20 and 26.
Oh, my bad. Leviticus 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
God said that we, the Israelites, are supposed to be holy unto him. What does it mean to be holy? Read.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Because God is holy.
And have severed you from other people.
And have done what?
Severed you from other people.
And I have cut you away from the other people. Revelations 18 and 4. Revelations 18 and 4. What did he mean, cut you away from the other people? Does that mean that we hop on ships and we leave America, or we hop on a spaceship and try to get up to the space stations on Mars and with all the Edomites? Let's see. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I have heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
That's what he means, that he severed us from other people. Why? Because we would have to leave earth to leave all of this that's going on. We'd have to die and not be here. Fornication and all the rest of this is going to be around us. But you are not supposed to be pregnant at a Kevin Gates concert on stage, letting this man spit his saliva into your mouth while your baby intakes that saliva. Bro, we in the age of COVID. She tripping.
You know what, though? You said it earlier about all the sisters screaming and supporting her. The black woman's worst enemy is her echo chamber.
Man.
You got a lot of sisters that will push and, yeah, girl, and you go, sis, and will make them feel comfortable in the filth that they do.
Yep.
That's why we need to get back to holding one another accountable. But then if you do that, oh, no, you a hater. Oh, no, you can't have an opinion. Oh, you can't tell me this, you can't tell me that. The Bible says a righteous man will direct his friendship aright.
That's right.
If you got somebody in your friend group that's doing something that's out of order, it's your job as a righteous friend to say, hey, that ain't a good look. You shouldn't be moving like that. You shouldn't be doing that. And if you're going to keep doing that, then I ain't dealing with you.
His mama ain't going to say, but look what your mama would say if she saw you spitting up in some woman's mouth. Like, what the hell? Did I not raise you right? What the hell?
You think she went to this concert by herself, bro?
No.
In my whole life, I've never seen females go to a concert solo dolo.
Yeah.
I've seen some brothers do it. A brother will pull up at a concert. Well, we'll do anything solo dolo.
Yeah.
If you got a nice car, you won't put no tint on your windows. You'll turn all your dome lights in your car just to cruise by. And by yourself.
Right.
I never seen women do it. So she ain't at this concert by herself. So you don't think her homegirls would think to say, girl, don't go do, girl, that's Kevin Gates. You don't know what he about to do. Girl, you got a baby in your stomach.
Right.
Then look at the picture. Look how her hand is. What woman shakes a man's hand like that?
Right.
That's not a womanly handshake.
She masculine as hell.
She masculine as hell.
Yep.
Women that shake men's hand, they do it like they kind of put their hand inside the man's hand.
Yeah.
Not come up in them like.
She said, how you doing, sir?
Put it there, partner.
Right. Put it there. How you doing, sir? Pleased to meet you.
Let's say, put it there.
He said, nice to meet you, sister.
This is crazy, y'all. This is mess. So let's go to the next one. The next one is going to be a shocker. It's as gross, but it's not as gross. So
And who would want a woman after that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if the guy that got her pregnant, if he decided, like, you know, she's straightened up, I'm going to go on and marry her. But after seeing this, she's like, man, this is crap.
Think about it,
your
though.
baby mama, bro, that Kevin Gates had on set. That's done for.
Right.
If she's pregnant and is willing on national TV to have Kevin Gates spit in her mouth, what is she doing when that baby drops and when it ain't no cameras on?
Right.
So that's what any brother should think. Nah, I'm not dealing with her because you did this in open view.
Right.
We all know we do the worst things happen behind closed doors.
Right.
She doing way worse behind the scenes.
Right. So this next one. Yeah,
this is just as gross.
Just let it play. This is just as gross.
Y'all pipe down in them comments before I sick him on you. Nah, say something. I'll cash app him right now. Yeah. Yep.
Kevin Gates spit in my mouth.
That is not a him.
Bruh.
That's a woman?
That's a woman.
That's a woman.
For real?
That is a her.
Stop it.
That is not a him.
Look at the
That's
cranium.
Mike Tyson's daughter.
Nah, you for real? Oh,
Nigga,
please.
Look at
This
the
is
cranium.
not. Yes, this is not a him.
Are you sure that's a woman?
Yes.
That's a woman, man.
This is a her.
Conehead.
Women can't. Women can't be built. Look.
What you talking about? Hey, find a picture of a female bodybuilder, of an extreme weightlifter, a female.
They be taking testosterone and steroids and all type of stuff.
With an athletic bra on.
Yeah, they doing mammary surgeries to pull.
Yeah.
Bro, this is a whole woman.
She like a strong safety.
With an extra large helmet.
Hey, can y'all pull it up? Y'all pull up.
These brothers want to go back to the Kevin Gates getting.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
what's wrong with
Why
y'all
y'all
brothers in
went
the back,
back
man?
here, man? Yeah.
Some of them brothers, never mind.
Bruh.
Hit images.
They in the spirit, AV. Kevin Gates.
Stay in the spirit. Look, this big one. No. The black chick with the hands on the hips.
This big one.
Yeah, right. Pause.
Bruh.
With the look, go down to that, over to the right. Now to the right, down. Why you go up to the right? Right there. There you go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look,
That's wild.
and they damn near look like the same person. Looking at that face,
yeah,
Bruh.
She just cut her hair off.
just with the hair cut off.
that's crazy.
These are women, bro.
Hey, put it in the comments if you like that type of woman, brothers.
Bodybuilder brother come in.
If you want your sister to be strong as hell.
Somebody said she got breasts. Them ain't breasts.
It's a pecs, brother.
That's
Right, them
pectoral.
them pecs. Them
Pectoral
ain't breasts.
majoris. The hell you mean?
Yeah.
Said I want my rib to be able to bench me.
Somebody else in there said, "What the hell?" I was wondering why he was wearing a bra.
What the hell is this?
Hey, that's wild.
Yeah.
Breast milk ain't coming out of her.
Right.
Protein shake.
Protein,
coming out.
protein powder coming out that motherfucker.
Creatine powder coming out that motherfucker.
Damn.
All right. So let's go out of this, man. Let's go out of this. So because of those things happening, then sisters are believing that they're the only ones that they can count on. Like we read again in the story that the women were just longing. They had no kinship. They had no men, nobody there to protect them, right? So go to number 9. Now actually go to number 8. Pull up number 8. Yeah, let's go to number 8. Because this will be the same thing, and then we'll go to number 9 after this. Go to number 8. So what happens when women, even though they live in a society that wasn't like the Turkish slave times, in their minds they believe that they're still in that same exact time frame and that they can only rely on each other. Well, these are the type of decisions that they make, and these are the type of things that happen. Let that play. And this is real.
2 exotic dancers are robbed at gunpoint for $15,000. We hear the full story from Ace Notorious, the woman who survived an armed robbery. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. So that was Los Angeles-based exotic dancers Ace Notorious and Maya Courtney. It was Monday morning at 5:25 a.m. Ace and Maya arrived at an apartment after a weekend of professional dancing during the BET Awards.
Oh, you see? What was it? What do they call it again? They what? Pumped and dumped. Pumped and dumped.
Said a weekend of professional dancing, huh?
A weekend of professional dancing. Now think about it. You made $15,000. For them, they don't want to do nothing else. Right. They don't want to do nothing else because for them, life has no level of hope. The only hope they got is the dollar because then that makes them look like somebody. Right now, there's little girls looking at her with these fake eyelashes, with that shirt on, with that rainbow-colored hair and all of that, and like, oh, I want to look just like her. Why? Because this is what they keep flashing on TV.
Right.
These are your Cardi B's. These are your Meg Thee Stallions. These are your Suki Hanas. They make whole culture look good and enticing to these little girls. Yeah. And so these little girls take on that exact same spirit.
And shame on you, parents, if you let this be what your kids is watching the majority of their day.
Right. Hey, stay in the comments wild. And somebody said this is the circle of life. They just taking their money back that they spent on OnlyFans.
Dang. Say, hey, you ain't giving my receipt. Dang.
That's crazy. Hey, listen, we got to have a disclaimer, though, because you know how people be. They getting their emotions. Right. We are not advocating for no brothers to rob sisters at gunpoint. We're not advocating for that. All we are telling you is, sisters, these are the consequences that come with your actions. Right. You have to realize that certain actions come with a reaction. Right. We can't hope and pray that everybody understands common sense and morality.
Right.
So you got to be prepared to deal with what comes with the lifestyle that you live.
Right. So just like when up in the strip club, because before I came in the truth, I was a nigga too. Right. Believe that. I was. So in the strip club, majority of the dudes that's in the strip club, thugs, gangbangers, drug dealers.
Right. It ain't so. It ain't scholars up in there?
Nah, not. Well, yeah, some scholars.
Scholars up in there too. Dang.
I'm gonna say the wickedness is in there.
Yeah.
Like that. So now, those same ones that was throwing their money at you, they like, damn. I got twerked on or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
But I got to get their money back. So they know who they done threw that money at. So now they waiting on you in the parking lot to leave, and they follow you home.
Right.
That's in the scriptures.
Wow.
Where it said they what's it in Exodus? Let's get it real quick. Exodus.
What it say? What it say?
Yeah.
20 something. Put it in the purse.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got it.
Hold on. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, just putting yourself out there like it, you got to understand, you setting yourself up to be robbed. These people know what you look like. They sitting outside the building waiting for you to come out and follow you to wherever your destination is, and they're going to run up on you. They know, okay, she's vulnerable. She's a woman. I'm going to run up on her. She ain't got nobody there to protect her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get her.
And if they up in there, they see, okay, they sitting there just like, oh, dang, she done made $2,000 in 30 minutes, the 30 minutes that I've been here. So they calculating up in their mind, this sister probably make $20,000 a night. That'll make a Negro wait for you at 5 o'clock. It said in the video, 5 o'clock in the morning. Negroes will rob you at any time if they think they finna come up on you. So the sisters got to get out of that lifestyle, for one. The thing that you think I'm building up my money. I just want to get to 150,000. Then 150,000 turn into 300,000. But meanwhile, you getting robbed. You putting your life on the line.
It never ends. Why you looking? Say this real quick. To your point about you will get that 150,000, and you like, oh, I want to get to 300,000. Oh, I want to get to 500,000. Mm-hmm. It's kind of similar to how people go to the casino when they lose all their money,
right?
Because you get that quick hit of that money, you like, oh, I'm up now. Let me get some more.
Damn dopamine.
There you go. That dopamine hit, and it never ends until you get assed all the way out, and you left with nothing.
Right, and that's 100% true. All right. Why we look for that? Let's finish this out.
Worked from Sunday. We got off around 5, got home around 5:25 in the morning, and then that's when it basically happened.
2 robbers confronted the dancers, demanding their nearly $15,000 in cash.
Right when she was about to buzz us in, that's when we heard some guy run up and he said, yo, so that's how I looked so startled. I looked, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I don't even really think that in that moment I processed there was a gun to my face. In that situation, it's kind of like other girls would freak out, and us, it was kind of just like, okay, no. It just felt fake. It just felt like a movie.
The thieves not only steal the dancers' weekend earnings, they take their phones and passports as well. Ace explained that the robbers were targeting the dancers for some time.
So we ended up finding out afterwards that they followed us from the club, and the landlord was very cooperative when it came to giving us footage. So they also got, other people involved, and so that's how we was able to find out through the club's cameras that we was followed.
Down $15,000 and the focal point of a viral video, Ace has a message for those who think this was a setup.
We're pretty girls, right? So I feel like Maya was trying to give like the cute card, like, can I please just get my passport? And I was like, can I just get my phone? That's really what it was. That people were like, oh, you guys were laughing, you guys were smiling. Like, well, what do you really do in a situation when you got guns to your face and you're getting your belongings taken from you? What do you do?
That right.
I know Maya didn't.
That's exactly what we were reading in the history, though. At this point, their beauty and all, that's all they have. They have nothing else to offer. And they don't want to learn nothing else. So nowadays they end up being tossed aside simply because they don't even want to learn nothing else. They don't even want to be taught multiple skills and levels of skills because they just, in their spirit, this pretty face in my body is enough to get me at least tossed to the side for a few dollars. And I can just keep getting tossed to the side. You know, JR tossed me to the side from the Giants. And then James will toss me aside from the Lakers. And then, you know what I mean? And that's what we see. This is constant.
And then you were saying that sisters say that only sisters can look out for them. So there's not a older stripper that says, hey, listen, you're going to be making a lot of money. You need to have self-awareness. You need to have a security guard. You need to be looking over your shoulder.
Oh, yeah, on Players Club.
I was thinking the same thing, man. I was thinking the same.
And then she ended up getting her raped, the gangbang. Yeah.
Hey, they was just together. They obviously didn't do too good at looking out for one another.
At all. Let's go to number 9.
You got $15,000 on you. You think, oh, God,
Right.
This is goofy.
Yep, let's go to number 9. Let's pull it up because now let's see this same mentality. So we do see, you know, they run in 2 and 2s, but it's because this is the mentality that they have right here.
See, they ain't even got enough common sense to wait till they get daylight outside.
Right.
That's crazy.
Let it play, y'all.
My relationship status is, it doesn't matter who I'm laid up with that night. I know that no one is going to invest more in keeping me alive than other Black women, even if I'm madly in love, head over heels, smitten, baby talking on the phone. I know as I walk through the world, no one is going to care more, do more, show up more consistently for me than other Black women. That's what I know for sure. It doesn't matter what.
Lying. Why you always lying?
Hey, go back to the book. Go back to that last page that we read in the book.
Meanwhile, she'll say, I don't have any female friends.
Right. I can't stand these bees. Blow that up, y'all. Blow that up so as all we can see is the yellow piece. Let's read it again. Because this is the mentality. This is witchcraft where they've bewitched themselves to believe that nobody has their back other than the Black woman. Well, if she been done the same way as you, what protection can she give you when the same thing was done to her?
Right.
Go ahead.
The slave negress has no kith or kin.
No kith or kin.
She is without hope.
That's what that sister is right there. She is 100% without hope. 100%. Go ahead.
We know not for what distant shore she sighs as she looks across the sea. There are old associations sacred to her mind as the sound of Sabbath bells, if we only knew of them.
So, but there is no path?
But there is no path by which the wanderer may return to her own country. And there is no lot for her in the place of her imprisonment.
There's no lot here in America for her. The place of her imprisonment. Go ahead.
She is companionless and husbandless.
There it is. She said it don't matter who you laid up with. That means she's okay jumping ride to ride because she don't believe that he gonna be able to do any more for her than lay ride to her.
Wow.
What is it? Ezekiel 23 and 30. Bishop has brought it out several times. I think it's Ezekiel 23. It's Ezekiel something about the horse. No, not 30. Start at 17.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 23 and verse 17. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of her love.
So America came into her bed of love. They enticed her. Go ahead.
And they defiled her with their whoredom. And she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them.
And her mind was alienated. This woman's mind is an alienated mind. Go ahead.
So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness. Then my mind was alienated from her, like as my mind was alienated from her sister. Yet she multiplied her whoredoms in calling to remembrance the days of her youth.
That's what they doing here. They calling to remembrance the days of their youth, meaning the times that were before them. Go ahead.
Wherein she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt. For she doted upon their paramours, whose flesh is as the flesh of asses, and whose issue is like the issue of horses.
There it is.
Wow.
There it is. That's what they doing. It don't matter who you lay with, she said. She know the only person that's going to be able to protect her is another woman that got ran through with her.
Even if it's with a shitting Arab.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, these sisters is it's the mindset is simple. I was trying to find a clip. I can't find it. But I saw a video earlier this week where a man was talking about women's rights. A woman asked him, like, don't you think we should have women's rights? And he said the concept is futile. The reason why it's futile is because it takes men to fight for women's rights, because women have no way to enforce men to respect their rights.
There you go.
So it's like your point of saying, oh, the only people who are invested in keeping me alive are other black women. Black women don't have the power to enforce us to respect black women. If all black men on the planet just decided we just going to beat the hell out of, dog, kill all black women, and we're not advocating for that, y'all will be wiped out. Why? Because we are physically stronger than you. So you have no system in place, that unless system that's ran by men, the legal system, to protect you. So evidently we do care about protecting you and keeping you alive, because we ain't wiped you off the daggone planet yet.
Right.
But that's the thing. They haven't come across men like us. They've been coming across niggas.
Right.
Because they themselves are niggas. The Bible say a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, right?
Right, that's right.
So watch this. Go to First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse. We're gonna start at verse 49. We're gonna read down to verse 43.
And AV upload that I gave y'all.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 49.
Because the sister was talking about only women going. What she say? How she said?
Only women gonna
Only women gonna
protect.
protect
Only women gonna protect
protect,
them. Let's see how men in the Bible roll. Come on.
49.
39.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 39. And with them he sent 40,000 footmen and 7,000 horsemen to go into the land of Judah and to destroy it, as the king commanded.
And within that land, there's women and children in that land.
Right.
Read.
So they went forth with all their power and came and pitched by Emmaus in the plain country.
Read.
And the merchants of the country, hearing the fame of them, took silver and gold very much with servants and came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
For who?
For slaves.
Just like we've been reading. And it's finna tell you who took money to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
A power also of Syria and of the land of the Philistines.
You had the Africans and you had the Arabs.
Joined themselves unto them.
That's right.
Now when Judas and his brethren saw that miseries were multiplied.
These are Israelite men, the black, Hispanic, and Native American men. Come on.
And that the forces did encamp themselves in their borders.
Read.
For they knew how the king had given a commandment to destroy the people.
Read.
And utterly abolish them. They said one to another.
The men said one to another,
let us restore the decayed estate of our people.
and that's where let the men restore the decayed estate of our people. And this is why we on this show today bringing this out, because we're trying to restore the black sister. We ain't here to tear you down. We're trying to restore you. We're trying to restore the Israelite nation. Come on, keep reading.
And let us fight for our people.
Read.
And the sanctuary.
You see that? And we out here to fight for our
That's
people,
right.
but we ain't fighting for hoes.
That's right. That's right.
We ain't fighting for them.
That's right. So before we go, we only got a few minutes left. Let's touch some more history. Many of y'all now in the world have heard of this, and I see people even posted about it, online. But this is the making of a slave. This is the Willie Lynch letter. So we bringing it up to more modern times. All right, let's go with this.
Let's make a slave. A brief discourse in offspring development will shed light on the key to sound economic principles. Pay little attention to the generation of original breaking, but concentrate on future generations.
Concentrate on the future generations. Go ahead.
Therefore, if you break the female mother, she will break the offspring in its early years of development, and when the offspring is old enough to work, she will deliver it up to you, for her normal female protective tendencies will have been lost in the original breaking process.
There it is. This is up to more modern times. This is from the 1800s. So way back then, the Arabians were doing it, but the Edomite is the one that laid the blueprint for this thing. They did it hard and heavy, but the Edomite laid the blueprint for this thing. Go ahead.
For example, take the case of the wild stud horse, a female horse and an already infant horse, and compare the breaking process with two nigger males in their natural state. A pregnant nigger woman with her infant offspring. Take the stud horse, break him for limited containment. Completely break the female horse until she becomes very gentle, whereas you or anybody can ride her in comfort. Damn. No pun intended.
No pun intended.
They riding that ass in comfort, all right.
Yeah.
Break the female horse, right? So when you break the female horse, you're breaking her away from her husband, away from her family, away from anybody that she has contact with, and you'll separate her, and then she's dependent upon the people that took her in as slaves, like the Arabs did.
Yep.
Breed the mare and the stud until you have the desired offspring. Then you can turn the stud to freedom until you need him again. Train the female horse whereby she will eat out of your hand, and she will in turn train the infant horse to eat out of your hand also.
Damn. This is taking our woman from mothers to merchandise. Go ahead.
When it comes to break the uncivilized nigga, use the same process, but vary in degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Damn. The breaking process of the African woman. Then take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desire willingly. Test her in every way because she is the most important factor for good economics. If she shows any sign of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract the last bit of bitch out of her. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you spoil good economics. When in complete submission, she will train her offspring in the early years to submit to labor when they become of age.
This.
Go ahead, Austin.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, listen. That stuff that worked then is still working now.
Still working now.
It's still working now.
Yeah.
So it allows our sisters, because now they slaves for money. They slaves for the bag.
Willingly.
Yes. So now they'll willingly let a man on stage in front of everybody spit in their mouth.
But then they'll turn around and tell the young man, well, you a simp if you let this. Make sure you work hard to take care of your sister, take care of your mama, take care of your grandmama.
Happy wife, happy life.
Right.
Goodness gracious. Let's go up.
The woman is a goddess.
Uh-huh.
She's a queen.
The hell is this? Understanding is the best thing. Therefore, we shall go deeper into the area of the subject matter concerning what we have produced here in this breaking process of the female nigga. We have reverse relationships. In her natural uncivilized state, she would have a strong dependency on the uncivilized nigga male.
Now, replace that word uncivilized with revolutionary.
In her natural revolutionary state, she would have a strong dependency on the revolutionary nigga male.
There it is. Back during the times of slavery, a lot of those women died trying to leave the plantation with their husband. They were willing to lay down their lives for him. They didn't want to stay there if he wasn't going to be there. They saw him as their source of protection, even though she knew that he couldn't protect her. But when one was a revolutionary, she was going to ride with him. And we saw the same thing in the 60s, in the civil rights movement. Those old women with the old men in Memphis that went on that strike and said that they would, that they wasn't going to take the trash. Those women said whatever our husbands needed us to do. Bishop did a class called 5 Types of Women That Won't Get Married. It's from a few years back. But watch the beginning stages of that, man. At first, part 1 and part 2, because it's broke down like in 5 parts. And watch what they say. It's this exact same thing. Go ahead.
And she would have a limited protective tendency towards her independent male offspring and would raise the female offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided time with this balance.
Hey, can I get something real quick? Or you want?
Yeah, go ahead.
Get Deuteronomy 28:48, but read the last part, the yoke of iron. Start there.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Watch this.
Until he have destroyed thee.
That last part where it said nature had provided time with this balance. That's why slavery had to last so long. It said until he have destroyed thee. Because to your point, a lot of our sisters that was revolutionary was like, nah, I'm leaving the plantation with my man. I know he might not can do much for me, but I got that mind to be connected. You fast forward 50, 60, 70, 80 more years into slavery, and they lost that revolutionary mind. That yoke of iron was tight on their neck, and they was destroyed. And they said, you know what? I'm going to stay on this plantation with massa. I'm going to stay here where they giving me the food, and they taking care of me, and he can't protect me, and he can't do nothing. And now you lead up to the modern mindset of our women now, looking at us like we have no value to protect them or care for.
Hey, jump to verse 30 real quick.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth thy wife, and another man shall lie with her.
That's the Willie Lynch right there. There you go, right there.
There it is.
Go ahead,
There it is.
We reverse nature by burning and pulling one civilized nigga apart and bullwhipping the other to the point of death, all in her presence.
Just like they do today, castrating us today.
Like Black Wall Street when they dropped the bombs on them.
Yeah.
The black man actually was in the military that dropped the bomb on him. But they couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So now they're looking like, oh shit, he can't protect me.
Right.
He got her fighting in the same armor that just bombed us.
Yeah.
The brother that did Nat Turner, the movie, castrating him, Bill Cosby.
Yep.
Media castration.
Yep.
Showing them don't matter how much money this Negro got, he's still our slave. That means you still belong to us and not him.
And you know what's crazy is that Negroes run around thinking that they can go toe-to-toe with Esau when it come to weapons. And Black Wall Street was a perfect example. These were military-trained men with guns and everything ready to go to war, and they flew the planes in. How you gonna shoot all these planes down dropping bombs, bro?
You got to go ask Master, hey, can I shoot the missile that you
that
I've been training?
Right. Madness, man, madness. Hey, look, y'all. We love bringing this stuff out. We appreciate every last one of y'all that comes to the show every week.
That's right.
To listen and learn with us. We pray that you continue every week to come back and get this information in from us, man. We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for y'all.
That's right.
We do it to bring up our people. Why? Because we love our people. All we want, sisters, don't take this as hate. All we want is y'all to change, sis. That's all. We trying to save y'all. We trying to save the nation, all right?
Right.
So subscribe and follow IUIC Dallas at Instagram at IUIC Dallas, Facebook at IUIC Dallas, TikTok at IUIC.Dallas, YouTube at IUIC Dallas. You can also donate to IUIC.Dallas at IsraelUnite.org to help us continue to purchase books or just to help us in the body continuing to do the work. And then also to help push the profits across the four corners of the earth, you can donate to IUIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org, and that's to the Booster Club, all right?
That's right.
Hey, this week and every week, Lord willing, life lasts, we'll be back. You are tuned in the scripts.
Reloaded.
We're gonna preach the word to the world and we're gonna bring them in. We're gonna hit the street till they alive, until they alive.